Shannon, at this point, how much of this do you believe?
It doesn't change a whole lot, Skip, because it doesn't change what transpired after the fact. Skip, I've been very fortunate that I played in this league that Antonio Brown was in. And I played 14 years, and I can speak to ankles probably better than anybody else because I dealt with a lot of ankle injuries. 93 from week 7 on, I shot my right ankle up every single week. From week 10 on, I shot both ankles up. From 94, I shot my right ankle up every single week. And let me tell you something how it's worked, Skip. Now, you get it. I got this shot about an hour before the actual game. So by halftime, midway through the third quarter, it's worn off. It didn't hurt nearly as bad when I had a good game going. When I caught like 10 for like a buck 5 and a touchdown, it didn't hurt that bad.
Kind of like Antonio's game
the week before.
Yes.
Now, what it started to bother me is when I'm out there on this bad ankle and I got like 3 catches.
Got it.
I'm like, man, this thing hurt.
Yep.
Skip, if you played in the National Football League and you're worth anything, you're one of the better players, you've either been directly pressured or felt pressure from the coaches, head coach, offensive coordinator, position coach, athletic trainer, your teammates. 84, we can count on you now. You're going to be there, right? Hey, bro, don't even worry about the practice. We just need you on Sunday.
Yep.
You're going to be there, right? 84, you good? Mm-hmm. Same thing, Mike. Hey, 84, you good? We got the game plan for you. Hey, we're going to give you some balls. So, Skip, you're going to feel the pressure, either directly or indirectly, from your coaches, even from your teammates, because they're counting on you. And I believe there's a little bit of this is true. I believe that BA probably asked AB to get into the game. AB said no. BA asked him again, and he said no. And knowing BA's personality, Skip, I've never been around the man, but he's very matter of fact. He's like, well, you ain't getting the game, we'll get up out of here then. I believe that's how it transpired. Even if that's the case, Skip, even though if BA tried to pressure him, knowing that he hadn't practiced, knowing that he was limp, even if that's the case, let's just say for the sake of argument, everything that AB said is true, that he felt pressure, BA knew he was injured, and still tried to force him to play. Explain the exit.
Okay.
Explain the exit. There is no explanation for why you did what you did. You could have easily said, okay, walk to the locker room. People are like, well, AB's going to the locker room, probably going to get an MRI. Going to get an X-ray. Probably going to get some further evaluation. We would have never known anything. But it was the way you handled the situation. You cannot do what AB did and then say, well, AB was hurt. Skip, everybody's hurt at this stage. Granted, there are degrees to which a player is injured. It does not offer an explanation for why AB handled it the way he did. Because I've been injured. Even if he skipped the incentive, I get it. $1 million is a lot of money. But you have to understand, why did you have the incentive anyway? A player of your caliber. Skip, I've been there. I've been in a situation. Now, I'm going to turn it over to you, Skip. In 1993, I needed 120 yards to get a $100,000 bonus for having 1,000 yards receiving in a season. Now, I'm only making $325. So 100,000, a third of my paycheck, and that's pretty good. I needed 120, Skip. In the first half, I got 6 for $1.15 and 2 touchdowns. Go look it up at the Raiders. And then catch another pass the rest of the game.
Okay.
Came back out the next week, the wild card game, caught 13 for $1.56 and another touchdown.
Got it.
I didn't say a word. Skip, it's all about how you handle the situation. Yes, players going to get frustrated. Yes, there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of adrenaline going on because you're talking about men competing. But AB's, how he handled the exit. AB is setting this up for Skip. This is he said, she said, he said, and there's another team. Well, he apologized for it. You know, he admit he could have handled the situation. So they're going to talk themselves on giving AB another crack next year. I told you they were coming. I told you on Monday. You didn't want to believe it. And here we are.
Well, by the way, all day yesterday, there was rampant speculation that the Bucs were holding on to him because either the Chiefs or the Cowboys were ready to pounce right here, right now. Because either the Chiefs or the Cowboys could get revenge on the Buccaneers if it became Chiefs-Buccaneers rematch in the Super Bowl. We got AB, and we're going to unleash him to get revenge on you. Right?
Yes.
Or Cowboys versus, it could come down to Cowboys, Bucks, who knows, in the playoffs.
Correct.
We got AB, and you don't.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And AB knows what Brady knows.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay, so that was operating yesterday. Well, apparently that just went right out the window if he's needing surgery on his ankle, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this statement that got posted last evening from AB, although it sounds like, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm not sure AB wrote this. It sounds like it got written by his either agent and or lawyer.
Lawyer, right.
Right, and he signed off on it, which is fine.
Yes.
Didn't sound like AB's posts at all.
Okay.
All right, so in the end, this statement is about money potentially owed because obviously the Bucks want to argue this was conduct detrimental.
Correct.
And you're out and we owe you nothing.
Correct.
And he's saying, no, I'm hurt. I need surgery. You owe me everything.
Right.
Correct? Okay, so it boils down to follow the money.
Right.
That's the start of it. All right. Now let's go back to the start. AB played the first 5 games of the year. What was his best game of the year? Pretty much by far. It was the 5th game. No, it was the 5th game. It was against Miami, his hometown team where he grew up. He caught 7 balls for 124 yards. That's season high and 2 touchdowns. Somehow during that game, he got hurt. And I don't know when or why or how, but he apparently got hurt because then he started missing games and he missed a whole bunch of games.
Yeah, missed like 6 or 7 weeks.
Well, he missed 9 games.
Okay.
Well, the last 3 of those were due to his phony Vax card, right? The fraudulent Vax card because he got suspended.
Correct.
But I think the Bucks thought, well, good, we like it because we want to get him completely healthy for the stretch run. And so right on schedule, when I'm saying enough is enough, you know, you got to go with AB on this one. You got to say, that's enough. We're going on without you. And you said, well, you're okay with it. And here they win. And Brady said, I love him and I need him. And let's go. Yeah. So he came back, and I thought he was healthy because in his return game, which is now 2 weeks ago at Carolina, Tom Brady force-fed Antonio Brown 15 balls, and he caught 10 for a $101, 101. And we all just sat back the next day and said, whoa, Brady loves this man. Brady will die for this man. Brady says, he is my guy. And all of a sudden, it looked like Gronk went in the doghouse because Gronk had been fed 11 balls against New Orleans in that debacle of a disaster and caught only 2, for 12 yards. And he threw him 2 balls against Carolina, one of them in the end zone, and it just seemed to drop out of the sky and went right through his hands. And it felt like he was out of the picture, and AB was now by far the new primary target. Well, was the ankle okay? It looked okay. And by the way, do you remember one time in that Miami game, in his 5th game of the year, do you remember him limping off the field? Because I don't.
I don't remember it.
I just don't. And usually when you have a bad ankle injury, as you well know, it's going, when it first turns, you have no choice but to limp. It's just so bad that you can't put your full weight on it, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you have a, heaven forbid, a Dak Prescott career-threatening ankle injury where bones are broken, well, he gets carted off.
And the thing was, Skip, his wasn't a high ankle sprain, so it lets me know he probably, like, it was the inside, so he probably got some ligaments, some bone chips. We've had those little foreign particles. Catch it the wrong way, it's very, very painful.
Got it.
But you get the injection, Skip. Everybody at some point in time, Skip, has had an injection. Ankle, shoulder, ribs, something has been shot up.
Okay, so now he has posted some text exchanges with Bruce Arians, has AB, and it's right in the line of thinking that you just delivered for us, which is the whole idea of the head coach. Can you go? You know, we need you. We want you. Come talk to me. Let's see if we can work this thing out. Okay, so he goes, and he plays the first half, and in that first half at Jets, he gets thrown 5 balls. So Brady thought he was healthy enough to throw him 5 balls, and he caught 3 for 26. It was actually a long of 21. So that was one big catch in the first half. Meanwhile, Gronk is out of the doghouse because Brady says, I like that matchup because they're singling my man Gronk. They don't respect him anymore. They don't fear him like they used to. I'm going to throw him 6 targets. So he got 1 more target, and he caught 5 of them for 80 yards in the first half, and it felt like, Gronk's back in the good graces of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., right? Okay, so then I told you that I talked to somebody close to AB who had actually texted with AB the night before. I told you this on Monday, that AB had gotten irritated with Brady over the targets, and the line was something like, oh, now Gronk's back being your boy again. And that Tom did not love it in the heat of battle that you would cross him like that. And there's one shot, and I don't know if we've had it or shown it, but there was one shot that I saw during the TV tape where you could see Brady go over to him while he's sitting on the bench before the meltdown. I think we have it right here. So he went over and talked to him just to check him out. And I'm not sure that's when that exchange happened or if it had been earlier in the huddle. But the point was, this is when AB is starting to shut it down.
Right.
And my source also told me his ankle was definitely bothering him, just like your ankle bothered you a whole lot.
Yeah.
Just like a whole lot of players' ankles bother them a whole lot.
They bother you a lot more when you only got 3 catches as opposed to 7, 8 catches.
And when you're down 14 points to the New York freaking Jets on the road at their place, and the fans are going crazy, delighting in your misery, right?
Right.
Okay. So now we're in the third quarter, and for whatever reason, there's this exchange with Bruce Arians. Well, did, in fact, Bruce Arians challenge him to go back? Was it all about the ankle, or was Bruce aware that he had clashed with Brady? I don't know.
Right.
But there's some details in this statement that do give me pause, because I like detail. When you provide detail for me, it provides some credibility.
Right.
Does Antonio have much credibility in the big picture?
No.
No. He has less than 0.
And so that's why it's hard to give him the benefit of the doubt. Give it his history.
He's turned on everybody. He's gone scorched earth on every team, even on Robert Kraft and the New England Patriots. Once it fell apart, thanks to AB's text that threatened one of his accusers. Remember that?
Right,
the group text. Well, then he takes a shot, a personal shot, a low blow shot at Robert Kraft, right? And that did him in New England.
Correct.
Now and forevermore.
Correct.
Okay. So now we get back to the Bruce Arians and we say, did he actually throat slash him? Did AB throat slash him? I don't know. It's a detail that sort of raised my eyebrows.
Right.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Did he yell at him, "You're done"? Well, I don't think Bruce wanted him back in the first place after the fake vax card.
Right.
I know for a fact Bruce didn't want him in the very first place. That was a Brady special.
Right.
When Bruce had been his coach when he was a rookie. He was the coordinator for Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh, and Bruce did not like him. And remember the first quote, "He does not fit in our locker room."
Correct.
Okay.
But Skip, even if everything AB outlined is true, that BA pressured him, and BA said, "Get out of here," or throat slashed him. How that does not offer an explanation for his behavior exiting the field.
Okay.
He could have easily put on a coat, walked up the tunnel, and people would have speculated the ankle is flared up. AB's going to get an X-ray.
Agreed.
He's going to get looked at.
Okay.
That's all he had to do. I'm saying there's a way to handle everything.
Okay.
You don't have to always draw so much attention and then make it seem like the antics, the histrionics of it on the sideline. That's all I'm saying. But here's the thing. This is what we know. There are a lot of guys on the sideline. I'm going to need somebody to provide the context of what transpired during the week. Was there a possible blow up during the week? Was there anything said at half? Did anything get out of context? Did Brady say something to AB? Did AB say something to BA? Or Byron Leftwich? Or did he say anything to Tom Brady? Is there anything coming out? Was that the first time? So what transpired? So, Skip, if I'm the head coach, BA is not charged. Byron Leftwich is okay, and normally it's the running back coach or wide receiver coach is yelling out personnel. Give me 11, 12, 21. Give me an empty formation. He's just yelling out, and guys are running in and out. That's not BA.
No.
So I guess what transpired, Skip, is that they called for a personnel package. AB's supposed to be in that package, and they're like, AB won't go in the game.
Yeah, and somebody had to desperately throw his helmet on and run out there and
Right.
And
He's like, hold on. The package. AB's supposed to be in the game. AB won't go in, coach.
Won't go in, coach.
Okay, so that's when BA probably like, this you. Okay, get in there, this one.
All right. Okay, now we get down to, in the statement, he says that he needed an urgent MRI on that Monday. And it shows, according to AB in the statement, it shows broken bone fragments stuck in my ankle, the ligament torn from the bone, and cartilage loss. Okay, is that somehow wildly exaggerating what the picture showed? Is it more to your point that every ankle looks something like that when you badly sprain it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is, how much pain can you tolerate it? Because I had the exact same thing. The ligament was torn. I had bone fractures, and I had to get it clean. I just played through it and got it cleaned up after the season.
Okay. Now, another point of credible detail. I'm trying to give him the benefit of some doubt.
Okay.
Here. He says that he saw Dr. Martin O'Malley, and I know Marty O'Malley, he's highly respected. And then he says that the Bucs came right back to him and wanted him to go in the same hospital to see what he describes as a junior doctor, somebody under O'Malley who was more aligned with the Bucs. He had worked for the Bucs before,
right.
and we need you to go see him for a second opinion for us.
Right.
Okay, that's some detail that I'm surprised that he provided that gives this account some more credibility.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you that. But now I'm back to the exit, the meltdown.
Yes.
We can see him in the video leaving the field, and for a while he's skipping, then he does jumping jacks, and at the end, he just flat out starts to run. Mm-hmm. And he says in the statement, well, that's not akin to what happens on a football field. That's not explosive movements on the ankle. But to me, do you see any limping going on there? You see none, right?
Right.
It's just hard to believe that the ankle needs surgery and you can still even do that. Mm-hmm. What he did as he exited the bench toward the locker room.
Right.
It's like the proof is in the viewing. You could just see he doesn't look like he's limping at all. He's not favoring it at all.
Right.
And usually when it needs surgery, you're going to favor it, especially when you do jumping jacks.
Well,
right?
if his ankle, and he's talking like his ankle was hurt as mine, I wasn't doing no jumping jacks. The only movement I did was play football. That was it. I did no practice and skip.
Yeah.
Once I went upstairs, because I had my apartment, my bedroom was upstairs. Once I went upstairs, the next time I came down was getting in my car to go to work. Okay. So for me, Skip, the mere fact that Mike Evans is trying to be reasonable, trying to be the voice of reason.
Yep.
O.J. Howard is trying to be the voice of reason.
Yep.
AB, don't do that.
Yes.
AB, come on, bro. We can get through this. Hey, let's just calm down.
Got it.
And it got to the point, Skip, I don't know Mike Evans, but he got the captaincy on his jersey for a reason.
Yep.
So obviously, BA and his teammates hold him in very high regard. He's doing all he can, knowing how this is going to look. And AB throws caution to the wind. Now, look, his statement is what his statement is. And somebody else is going to read that and say, AB, apologize. No, he shouldn't have done it like that. But I believe he's learned his lesson. And I told you, I believe somebody's going to give him an opportunity next season.
Okay. Now we're back to Brady and his reaction to all this. And I'm going to say it again. Tom Brady was AB's angel all along. Yeah. He was the one who gave him the second, the third, and the fourth chance. Mm-hmm. Or I should go up the line. The seventh, eighth, and ninth chance, right? He was always his staunchest defender. So right after the game, if Brady had thought that the ankle was the sole issue here, Brady would have said so. He loves him. He needs him. Mm-hmm. He will go out of his way to defend him. Mm-hmm. So if Brady thought it was all about the ankle, he would have immediately driven home that point to the media after the game. His ankle is messed up, and it's just too bad. He tried to go, and he couldn't go.
Right.
We got 3 catches out of him, and he took one for the team, but that's all he had left. So you got to give him a break. Didn't hear a peep about the ankle from Tom Brady after the game. He went to, we need to show compassion for him. We need to have empathy for him. This is also in the podcast that he did the next night. But we need to have empathy for the situation he's going through in his life. He went more toward the mental health aspect, right?
Yes.
And then the agent talked to ESPN yesterday and said it's incredible that people are pushing false rumors that what happened Sunday was the result of mental health.
That's what I've been saying.
Okay.
Because now, it's mental. Yeah, ain't nobody saying that. He had very similar behavior in Pittsburgh.
Did he?
He had very similar behavior in Oakland.
Okay. And now, in the shock of shocks to me, Antonio Brown has completely turned on Brady and his personal trainer, Alex Guerrero, because now he's taking a shot at Alex Guerrero, saying, this man, I'm just paraphrasing the text that he posted, this man wants me to pay him $100,000 for work he never did. Well, listen, talk about attached at the hip. Guerrero and Brady are attached to the hip. So if you take a shot at Alex Guerrero, who's all about the sort of the founder of the TB12 method, you're taking a shot at Tom Brady, right?
Skip, so I just find it hard that Alex Guerrero is going to send him out a bill for work that he didn't do. Now, you might say the bill seems excessive for the amount of work that you've done on me. Okay, Skip, and I can, but for someone to just send me a bill for $100,000 and they did nothing, I just find that hard to believe. But even if that's the case, what does that have to do with this? You and Alex Guerrero, what y'all situation is, has nothing to do with this. Keep it on this. The ankle. My ankle was injured. BA tried to force me to play. And if you play football, everybody knows the coach has directly, the position coach, OC, DC, athletic trainer, or even your teammates have indirectly or directly pressured you to play because your services greatly increases the chance of the team winning.
Okay. I hear you. Bottom line here is something is happening that I never thought would happen. Antonio Brown has just burned the bridge to Tom Brady because he just posted also a Home Alone poster. I don't know if you know the Home Alone movies.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So the second one is called Lost in New York. They're both very good, by the way. But the second one has a poster featuring Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, who are the two villains chasing Macaulay Culkin. Okay? And so AB's got his face where Macaulay Culkin's face would be, and he's got Brady and Bruce Arians' faces on the villain characters, Pesci and Daniel Stern's villains. So he's saying they're the villains of him being lost in New York.
Why are you surprised?
What?
Skip, okay, this is what I can't, and you are very smart, man. You're a very good judge of characters.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.